Hey guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, as always, and I welcome you guys to my channel, to my podcast, or wherever you guys are listening to me or watching me. I appreciate all the support. And in this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about journaling, and journaling as a really, and that's a lot of reallys, but I really believe that, a really important tool for INFJs, especially younger INFJs. I don't know how to explain it to you guys how important journaling was in my development, especially when I was younger. It's really, okay, I'm gonna stop saying really. When I was younger, I was really alone. I hate saying that because I feel like, the world was against me and it's a very sad thing. It wasn't a sad thing. I was happy being alone. I had my siblings and they were awesome and I loved them to death. We had a lot of fun playing games. My parents were really cool and they're good people. But in general, in my head and in my soul, I guess you call it my spirit, I felt alone. Because I had to pretend to be someone else in order to be accepted by the people around me. And when I was myself, they would look at me like I'm insane. Now, right now, I am 35, I'm old, and so now I can behave like whatever I want, and if they don't accept me, that's fine. But in the past, when I was younger, it was much harder. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, right? It's so much more important when you're a younger INFJ to have friends and to have people around you that understand you, to feel not so alone or lonely. And so, because I was so alone and lonely, and now again, this is not because I'm not trying to make you sad or putting out a sad story. It's just the situation. It was just the facts, right? And so that's how it was for me. And so, in order to understand myself better, and in order to be with someone who understood me, I used to journal a lot. That was one of the things that literally was a lifesaver for me. Not only because I love to write. Writing was always a big deal for me. I always loved to write. I started writing short stories when I was 12, and I would recite stories that I'd make up in my head to my brothers or to my cousins and to all the little kids around me since I was maybe 8 or 7. But journaling was one of those things where I would sit down every single day and I would just be by myself in a room, and my siblings would be away doing their own thing, my parents would be doing their own thing, and all of a sudden I'd feel this instant sort of peace in myself because I'd sit down and I'd start talking to myself, basically, obviously, but I was basically trying to talk to someone who understood me, and the only person who really understood me at that point was myself. And that's the reason journaling is such an important tool for younger INFJs, beginner INFJs, or anyone really. I still journal every single morning. It's one of those things that I don't feel like a day has started properly if I don't journal. But I think it's a really important tool for younger INFJs specifically because I think 2 reasons. First of all, it'll make you feel less alone. You'll realize that you have yourself. And that feeling that, okay, I don't need anyone else because I have myself, that's so powerful to have as a younger INFJ, as a younger person in general. The second thing, I think, why it's so important, and I think this is a more important reason, is because it'll teach you about yourself. When we journal, when we're writing down our thoughts, when we're writing down about ourselves, or we're writing down random things, what happens is you start seeing patterns in your life. You start seeing things about your life that you're like, oh, really? Oh, that's what I do. Oh, or oh, that's what I like. Or oh, that's what I should do. Blah blah blah. Right? For example, you're sitting around and you're talking to someone about something, and you sit down and when you're journaling, and you realize, oh, I don't actually really like that person because they do this, and this kind of thing. And so it'll give you a lot of insights about not only about yourself, but about the people around you, about the way your life is going, the life path you want to take, the job that you want to do, the things that you like, the things that you don't like. It kind of unmuddies the water. It kind of clarifies things for you, unsmudges the mirror, however you want to put it. It kind of gives you insight into yourself, and it's a great tool for self-reflection. And both of those reasons, as I've said, is really important for younger INFJs to start journaling as soon as possible. Do it every single day. And I'm just going to give you a few tips and tricks on how I do it and how I did it. And hopefully you guys will take it on as well. I know a couple of you guys have already started your journaling because you heard me talk about it so much, and I'm so gratified that you did. And I know it really did help you, so I do recommend it for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. It's just such a powerful tool. So basically, journaling is really simple. All you really need is a pen and a piece of paper. Now, I do recommend that you use a pen and a paper. You actually use your fingers to write using a pen rather than doing a typing. Because typing doesn't use that many muscles. Writing actually uses a lot more muscles, and writing, when you're writing with your right hand or your left hand, writing is connected to your body because you're writing with your hand, and your hand is connected to your body. So basically your body intelligence comes into it as well. It's really, really important that you write with a pen and piece of paper. It's actually really, really important to have that tool. It's all right if you are, if you don't like writing with a pen or a pencil, but it's really, really, really more powerful if you do it with a pen and piece of paper. Journaling on a computer is just not the same. It's not the same. I'm sorry to say this. I know a lot of you guys probably journal online or on a computer. I recommend, if you can, to journal at least one page a day on a piece of paper. So basically you sit down wherever you are, hopefully in a quiet room by yourself. It's harder to journal, and it's especially as INFJs, because we kind of take on the feelings and emotions of people around us. So when you're journaling, it's better if you're by yourself. If you're surrounded by people, or if you're in a really busy area, you're gonna take on the emotions and feelings of people around you. That means that you're not going to really get a sense of who you truly are. You might be getting emotions and sensations from someone around you, and that might confuse you, right? So I always recommend you start journaling, especially if you're doing it for the first time, early in the morning. The first thing you do when you wake up, hopefully, after you go pee or after you brush your teeth or whatever it is that you do, sit down and do a page or 2 pages or 3 pages of journaling, writing down your thoughts and emotions. One of the reasons why I recommend morning time is because I do dream journaling as well. So whenever I get up in the morning, if I do remember my dreams, which I mostly do, because I've been doing it for so long, I've been practicing remembering my dreams and making them more lucid. So I will remember my dreams and I'll write them down. That's really important as well, because I see patterns in my dreams as well. I've noticed dreams that have come up over and over and over again, which is really interesting. And I've had recurring dreams when I was 12 that I still remember. So it's really powerful, that as well, because it kind of gives you an insight into your subconscious. Journaling gives you an insight into your conscious. Dream journaling gives you an insight into your subconscious. Together, they're really, really powerful because it gives you an insight into your soul, what you are, where you're going, what you want to do for your life, etc. Right? Really, really powerful. So as I said, I get up in the morning and I'll sit down. I have a piece of paper, I have a journal next to my bed all the time, no matter where I am. I might be traveling in a hostel, I might be traveling in the middle of nowhere, camping in the middle of nowhere, but I always bring my notebook with me and a pen or a pencil, and I'll always have that next to me. So when I get up in the morning, I'll put on a light, my lamp or a torch or whatever it might be, and I'll sit down and journal for however long it takes. I don't really put a timeline on it. Sometimes I'll journal for maybe 5 minutes because that's all I have to say. Sometimes I'll journal for a half an hour because I have a lot to say. So I don't really kind of put a timeline on it. I know certain people say you should do a certain amount of words or you should do a certain amount of pages. I really don't look at it that way. You can obviously do it that way if you wish. And so I'll sit down and some of the things that I talk about in my journal, and especially for beginner journalers, people who are beginners at this, I would recommend that you start with what happened yesterday and what are you going to do today. Because if you're a beginner, it's hard to be like, okay, what am I going to write about? Well, just write about what happened yesterday. Because once you start writing, as you start the process of writing and start the movement of your pen on the piece of paper, you'll notice that certain things will come up automatically. Just start writing and certain things will pop up. So for example, if you start writing about, I went to school yesterday and it was kind of fun, we did this and that, all of a sudden you'll realize, oh my God, I met this person yesterday and they gave me a really, really bad sensation in my stomach. Maybe they're not a good person, or maybe they have something negative going on in their life. Maybe I can help them, maybe I should stay away from them, etc., 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 right? And that will come up and you'll write about it. And that's an insight into your life, into your daily life, into yourself, into the people around you, into the situations around you. And that insight is invaluable. It's something that's going to help you move forward, right? Or you're writing about something that happened in your dream and you realize, oh my God, my dream is telling me that I need to start writing more fiction because that's where my heart lies, or I need to start writing romance novels because that's where my heart lies, or whatever it might be, right? And so that'll give you an insight as well about yourself. So that's what I recommend that you guys do as journaling, if you are beginners, as beginners in journaling, is wake up every morning or whenever you can, sit down in a space by yourself, preferably, and write down about what happened yesterday perhaps, and what insights you got. What did you learn yesterday is a good one to start with. And what did I learn yesterday? What did I learn? What am I going to do today with my day? What am I excited about? What am I happy about? What am I not happy about? What do I want to change in my life? There's so many things that are going on in our life on a daily basis. There's so much to write about. I could write in my journal forever and ever and ever, because there's so much insight that comes from it. And I absolutely love it. It's just one of those powerful tools that I have to say changed my life. I don't think it's an understatement to say that, because I really feel like if I don't journal, on those days I feel empty, I feel lost, I feel like there's something missing. The same thing with my meditation practice. If I don't do it, I feel like, I don't know, right? And so that's why I'm recommending it to you guys as well. So this is what I recommend, is that start off small. You don't have to write for pages and pages and pages on end. Start off small. Maybe just start a gratitude journal where you talk about all the different things that make you happy. Or perhaps start with a very simple thing about what happened yesterday and what am I going to do today. Just write about that every single day. And you'll notice the more you write, the easier it'll get, and the more you'll be able to write longer and longer things. And that's where all the insights and self-reflection is going to come into it. And that's where, you're going to learn more about yourself, and you're going to grow as an individual because of it. The more you know about yourself, the more you can grow, and the more you can start moving towards the things that are important to you. For example, if you don't journal and you never figure out that you want to be a writer, then you would never take on the role of becoming a writer, right? These kind of insights are the ones that change our life. That's the reason I quit my corporate job, in order to start writing, is because I realized that that's what I want to do with my life. I don't want to do anything else. I just wanted to write. So why was I wasting my time doing that? Well, that's because I didn't know myself back then, right? Again, I hope this makes sense to you guys. If you guys have any questions at all about journaling or about anything else, message me anytime. All my contact information is in the description below. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.